Well, I just moved 2 rows because 2 people are going to the back. So hot diggity dog, boys.
Yeah, I'm on the top, so people got past me.
I didn't do it on
P7 to P4 or 3. Well,
the initial starts on green.
yeah. Well, who's the control car? You?
I think we're both feeling
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
Well, the initial starts on, yeah, he's not really, he just has to be the first one to the line.
Did I choose the bottom?
Not this way, anyway.
Nah.
Yeah, right. Coming to a green flag, gotta choose bottom.
Oh, well, good luck, fellas.
Get ready.
Watch the wheels spin.
Yep. Good luck to you, fellas. Let's have a good race. Let's make it to the end in one piece, all right? So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us fight all the way to Dover.
Number 2 from the Monster Mile.
Ethan beat me for a while. Black flag. I'm gonna leave this race, buddy. I'm sorry.
You've got to be kidding me. It is
We
lap
got a
1.
spin in turn number 4, right in front of the rest of the back half of the field. Jerry Miller, Caleb Weekly, Kyle Peacock, piles in the
Well, Seth, make it through.
and they're stacking up behind them. Looks like
Is the main
Chuck
question?
Sweden
Herschel
and Dakota
Whitley
Floyd
have spun off. Pace car is out.
We
It's
did not make
closed.
it allowed.
Pace car's out. Line up single
Status
file.
update from Seth Hatchell.
Here in the Challenger Series,
Good.
lap 1
good.
after the off-peak pre-race jitters.
We both
And
need to change the
unfortunately,
pants, but
the
we're good.
75, his luck continues. Chuck's
All right.
caught up in
I'm
another
killed. I'm down 500
Car
RPM.
looks okay.
Fucking dumbass just missed the bottom completely and wiped me out in 3. And then he arc braked it. I don't fucking know.
Looks like Miller might have gotten the boot. And bam,
Full course
Kyle
yellow.
Peacock
Pits
just
are
came
open.
in.
And then I got arc brake to oblivion on top of it because people don't edit the brakes when people are
Checking up
arcing.
and kind of spun
Green
around. I
car
think those two will
create.
be fine. The 30 and the 83, not so much.
I'm sorry, I might be a
So
little bit
I've realized
delirious,
that
but
I'm definitely
just to
not
make
a
reference
top-rated
to the
driver,
other
but
guys,
can we please not be playing a bunch of games on the restart? Because
I
like
wish I
back there in the
was.
30s,
No,
that was
that was just-
insane.
Perfect timing, actually. I was gonna note a Nathan
There were no games
Ferrata.
being
He was-
played, but
he
okay.
started fifth, but ended up being a
I mean, at least
good
from the
race.
front row, there was no games being played. That doesn't answer every airport. I was pipe.
Miller and 66 just kind of came
I
up.
think what happened on that restart was somebody warped out and
Nowhere for
disappeared
Caleb
completely, and
Weekly
it
to
kind of messed
go.
up that bottom
Gets
line.
caught
We're
up
under
into
caution.
it.
Pits are closed.
Sideways
Also, for
passes
future reference, if the leader
bottleneck
does
that
that,
is
then
Dover. We did
the
get
guy on the
catch
outside
there. We
pipes
got a
control
little bit short.
wholly let the outside guy choose bottom.
This track is notorious for just tunneling traffic. As soon as there's a caution, anything.
Oh, man, I think it's more complicated, but-
especially,
Yeah, the
there's just
blinking
nowhere
guy,
to
he
go.
came back like right before
It's
the
a
green was
self-cleaning
thrown, so
track,
that's why there
so
was that
that's
big
kind
tick
of
up
what makes
bottom.
it hard to
Just
avoid
do
crashes
offer my,
here.
my
You
advice
think you're
here.
going to be
Yeah,
able
I
to get to
didn't
the
see it.
inside
I thought
and
someone
get
was like
through
trying
the
to
crash,
try to
but
get
goes
the
up,
gun
must
in
come
on the
down
start.
while this bank
And then
is
I have
all of a
2
sudden
minutes
I see a
required,
car, like,
20 minutes
towards the
optional.
inside
Oh
of
my
the
gosh.
quickly blocking the
Like-
track, and that's exactly
Did you
what
miss your
happened
box
there.
too,
Miller
Chuck?
started
Oh my
to
gosh,
track,
that's terrible.
Peacock had nowhere to go.
Hell
And then
yeah.
Because the track gets blocked so quickly, you have to check
Absolutely
the brake brakes
terrible.
hard, and that's where Chuck Sweeting
I'm
and
not
Kyle
ready for it to
Peacock
be that
came in.
soon.
Where Chuck Sweeting and Dakota Floyd came in.
Yeah, I
just
forgot.
trying to
I
check
should've
the
known.
accident. Like I said, I think they'll survive. But
And he just never even came close to making the fucking corner.
Beneficiary of first place and third place getting EOL penalties for tonight.
Yeah, I
so
hope
he was the
mine's
control
not
car. Got a
literally
race lead, excuse me.
Yes, and it was a brief one at that, but he will get some more laps led.
I don't see any on here.
Continue
Maybe a
on.
little bit on the left front. I'm not sure.
As we hit the next restart, I gotta tell you,
Yeah, I know my left
Caution
front
one,
changes
was,
to position up here in the top 10. However, in the back of the
Pace
field,
car's coming in this lap.
Is there a
positions
minimum
gained
speed?
for this driver already?
No,
just with that caution.
but don't go 1 mile an hour.
Yeah, Logan Throckout was able to get through
That's a
that.
second.
Looks
'Cause that'll
like
probably
he's
bring out a
got no
caution.
damage, so I think he was.
I ain't no expert,
actually
but
in front of it. Actually, no, he was behind it, but he was
that
just
might
able
do.
to
Yeah,
sneak
now
through.
my
He was one
spotter
of the
tells me,
first
hey, it's
drivers
early, look
to
out.
sneak through, and he's
Who's
able
in
to
this
get
black and
that
red car behind
Aero
AJ?
up close to the top
That
20, but
Chambliss?
not quite yet,
Yeah.
as we line
Yeah,
up
I've got
for
Where's his
the
number?
start overnight on lap number 5.
He's got a skull
Yeah,
logo where the number
Again,
goes, but
this
no
is a
number.
throwback to what I said a moment
interesting.
ago. This is
Maybe
how
this
the race
skull
started
is,
in
like, supposed to be
Iowa,
the shape
then
of
it
an
went
eye.
long green flag
Maybe.
racing
my,
for about
connection
20
is
laps.
really
Hopefully
bad
we can
because,
get more of that
it's like really
than we
bad
got
when I'm racing
in
around
Iowa
good.
because
I
that
want it
race
'cause I'll get out of the way.
definitely had the situation where the long,
Interesting.
long-running
Yeah, it is a
cars
little
could have very
latency's a little
easily
rough
taken
right
over.
now, but I think it's just because of the number of cars.
Dominated
It was so
the beginning
fucking
of that
stupid.
race.
Like, I literally gave him 3 lanes of space, and he wiped me out.
To about lap 84, so it It would be nice to see a little change here in the Cup Series.
All right, here we go.
As we get set to go back green.
Into the Geico restart
Rescue,
zone.
road
Lap
start,
number
okay.
5, and Nathan Ferrata is away with the race lead. We're green once again. He gets the big jump. Alex Bell into the second position. Banks and Ferrata going side by side, starting the 2x2 chain, third on back as we try to get through one green flag lap around Monster Mile. Bell, Banks clear for the top 3, then Wright past Ferrata for the fourth.
To the inside of Chad Klinger is Joseph McWhorter. Last season champion making a pass there.
The portal,
And just
son.
behind him, Ray Massey gets up on the back bumper of the 09. We made it a lap here. Connor?
And we made it a lap. Jeremy Miller will try to make it a lap, limping off the pit road with the most damage out of that lap 1 incident, as Ferrata's already having to defend hard for the race lead. Alex Bell wants it, and we kind of saw this last season with the 15, that he was really fast and really aggressive on the short run, but paid the price for it long run, as majority of the top 12 or so single filed out already.
Get to go all the way back to Ray Massey. Actually, just in front of them, Chad Klinger, Joseph McWhorter. These drivers, Ryan Chambliss, who had a shot at the lead at Iowa, he's going to lose a spot to the 73. A little connection issue there for, I believe that was either the 33 or the 48 here in 4th or 5th.
If I know anything about Saturday Night Racing League, I would think it's Jeff Wright, but it actually did look like it was Stravato, but all good right now. He runs in the 5th position as about 5/10 of a second separate Ferrata from Bell, as I believe the 33 had another issue there, but we've already got fully single file through the top 20 at this point. Noah Mahalski up to
Ooh,
about
the curve right there got you.
position. He's trying to move up through the field after making the playoffs, making the chase. Excuse me, playoffs here. He made the chase last season, trying to get another good start for this season. He's up to 23rd position. 21st, excuse me. He is up 14 positions in a short amount of time. It's Philip Brewer right in front of this battle. Looks like the 7. That's Derek Garrison made a pass on Max Goss.
Looks for 18th spot right there. Max Goss falling back 1 position, up 15 for Noah Mahalski. Mahalski had connection issues in the previous race. He started up in the top 5. Hey, he was passing for the lead. He was battling the leader as his connection dropped out very early in that race. Ended up 10 laps down or so, and just continued to snowball from there. Connection issue after connection issue. So hopefully, whatever the problem was, the 03's got it figured out. He can go solid and green here. He has to connect to 42 clients to stay on this racetrack.
Right.
iRacing servers can throw you in for a curveball a lot of times, as we've seen across a bunch of seasons. There's no battle for the race lead, and Nathan Ferrata's gone, 9/10 of a second lead. I gotta say, a little surprised he's pulling out this lead, but he looks strong at this point in the race. At this point, as there are battles all around the top 10 or so, it looks like Brian Chambliss got checked up in the background. As Ferrata's out for a Sunday cruise, but these guys are just absolutely on a madhouse on 405 at 3 p.m. That's something like that. That's a reference. Christopher Hodges in the 13th position, the number 51, as Chambliss and Scott Bloomquist throwback dropped back a little bit. Might have tapped the wall somewhere, but car looks clean.
Riding up here in the top 3, the battle for second is shaping up. Alex Bell, Joshua Banks, about to go side by side. Here goes the 35 on by.
Looks like Banks.
Thank you, sir.
Position handed to him from teammate Alex Bell, as you can see the big difference between the top 6 and the rest of the field. You got Joseph McWhorter at the tail end of his line. You can see him right at the top of the screen. It is a big gap from Joseph McWhorter.
Just
2 seconds back to Chad Klinger in the
mixing,
7th
taking
position.
care of it and everything, you know.
1.3 seconds to the 07. We'll see if he pays the price for this on the long run. So it looks like the battle's brewing. Johnny Rapp, Christopher Hodges for the 13th position. They will go side by side in the background out of turn number 4. This is so tough to keep time up going side by side, as Chambliss has a big wiggle off the corner. This is just how tough this track is when you're going side by side. It is so hard to make that pass on the bottom, but it's hard to make it on the top because you can't get to the right rear of these guys, so you have to work over drivers here, which, unlike at any other track, Dover, you're working 24/7.
Just watched a little contact there with the wall. I believe that was Philip Brewer and Derek Garrison that came out of turn 2. Maybe a tag with the wall with one of those cars, and a position swap there. Philip Brewer up to 18th now. 9 positions gained for the 55 of Justin Ritchie. He is on a tear.
And he has been pretty fast to start this race. I'm also looking at some other drivers coming through the field. Mark Whitley and Seth Hatchell specifically, EOL penalties starting at the rear of the field. Mark Whitley is working his way to the 23rd position as we speak. A little further behind is Hatchell, who's trying to get the 26th. As a fact, he has got the 26th position. So Whitley, a little bit more progress compared to the 8 at this point. So very strong charges already, very early in this race. A long way to go.
I want to say it was Seth Hatchell that had really good performance there in the Clash event, if I'm recalling correctly. Working on the inside of the 66 of Savon Davis through 1 and 2, and there's some side-by-side brewing just in front of him. Michael Muncie.
That car I thought was going to hold him up for a second.
A lot of these drivers that I'm referencing right now, well, you
so
just heard
slow,
their
I thought he
names
would
a moment
easily
ago
clear me. I
at
didn't think
Iowa
I have to
Speedway.
hold.
What a transition to go from
Yeah, it's been
that
fun,
racetrack. Here, you're traveling almost 1,000 miles to get over here to the East Coast.
Front straightaway,
come on,
big
that
hit.
was
It's Brian Hennig.
There we go.
Is in third. Justin Ritchie's in fourth. Also on no tires. Into the Geico restart zone in a few moments. The green flag in hand, waiting to be waved. And Angel is out and away. The green flag's back out. Shoemaker doesn't go.
Later
Ritchie
spun, but
doesn't
he got
spin.
on with it.
Everyone straight. So
That's
everyone
a-
got going.
That's a lot of wheel spin there by the 76. Thankfully, nobody to the outside there.
And immediately an Athean Parada's going to go back to the race lead.
Nobody outside.
Ah, that is a move there, but it is chaos from 10th on back.
Rewind. Ray Maxey's up the middle, getting by the 55. What a crazy move that is. We're 2x2 with mixed strategies everywhere. Alex Bell gets into his 8th position. He fell back on the mid sequence. Car sliding. Nope, that's AJ Shavato blinking. Jeff Wright gets by Christian Angel. Those tires are holding, not working for everyone who didn't take them.
Watching Joshua Banks as he works his way up towards the lead. This is the first time that he's had kind of a clear shot at trying to chase down that leader. AJ Stravato having brief connection issues. Joseph McWhorter up 9 spots here, up to 4th.
He had a pretty decent restart there, so 13th starting position up into the top 5. He was running 6th on the long run, so this is working out for him so far. But once again, an Athean Parada gets out to a pretty sizable early race lead. Back second, Stravato, McWhorter, Jeff Wright in the top 5. Still a frenzy pretty a little further back in the field for 13th position. Christopher Hodges by Bryce Shoemaker. Fanning out down the back straightaway even further behind. That's the 66 on track, but I believe that is Ben Bafford on the ticker, who was supposed to be in the 14. I guess we're back to Timmy Hilfer. Back. Awesome.
Really
lead.
loose. Wow.
Oh, man. Michael Muncie just chopped his nose.
Muncie got really loose out of turn 4. Hold on to it, and there's the car falling through this field right here. It's the 55 of Justin Ritchie. He's lost probably since this restart 10 positions. Just behind him, Belkey, winner in Iowa on the outside of, I believe that's Ben Bafford. Yeah, you're throwing me with that number, Ben.
And he is he's struggling bad right now because we can see the rear bumper it's there, but it's so hurt, so pushed in. It's going to make that car extremely sideways. That Toyota Supra is already back to about the 27th position. The Trejo goes by. He gets to the bottom. Here comes Matthew Radford around the outside, who had a good run going at Daytona before a crash.
I'm literally wide open.
As it looks like the Castro Supra hit the wall. That was Dakota Floyd, but he kept it straight. Parada leads. No, really nothing happened at the front.
I like how
Top
the
6
crack,
kind of
like,
spread
maybe
out.
50 on that train,
Side by
and I'm right
side
back
for about the
bashing.
13th position. Christian Angel still falling back. Brian Chambliss is by. Here comes Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Mark Whitley. Whitley makes that pass. Butcher Benjamin trying to follow. You see those tires struggling big time.
And they're getting their money's worth here at SNR, putting 40-plus cars on the racetrack. Hard to keep up with all of the action. But if you are enjoying tonight's action, you can hit that subscribe button here on the V-Speed YouTube. You'll never miss a single race we have all season long for season number 3 in the Cup Series. Connor Horn will be up here in the booth. Doing a lot of lead work right now, Connor, but you know who else is doing a lot of lead work? The 07 of the 9th and Ferrata He has maintained half a second.
We
over
are
Banks.
using the right rear.
Unlike me, I think lead work is what Ferrata specializes in because he's doing a lot of it so far. He's led all but maybe 2 or 3 laps under this most recent caution. But he got up to about a 1.3 second lead last time he had fresh tires. Joshua
I'll tell you in
Banks
about
not
20
letting
laps.
him go as easily. The gap's about 5/6 tenths of a second at this point, and Travado's not too far back, but these top 6 really pulled away at this point in the run. Even Jeff Wright and Alex Bell are further ahead than Ray Massey, and it's pretty packed up behind the 23 in the 7th position. You can see right there, those are 5 and 6, and that's pretty much the rest of the pack. Whoa, someone's sliding hard through turn number 2. Who was that? I think that was Mahalski. Slid out of 2 past the digger cam, but he held on to it. That was a perfect view. Look at that. He drifted past us there. He held onto it, hit the apron and everything. Wow.
Sorry, right
Hold on to it. It's a heck of a save there through 1 and 2. He's going to hold on. He's going to lose a couple spots. That car's starting to struggle on handling and into the outside wall out of 2.
Big hit as well. I don't know if it did much right side damage, but a big hit that's going to take its toll after a bunch of time. As Christopher Hodges just had a moment out of turn number 4. He's going to lose 2 positions to Eric Hutton and Mark Whitley. As Brewer, Muncie, Mahalski, they're all still battling. This battle's all over the racetrack. Brian Carwile and Seth Hatchell trade positions, and number 8's all the way up into the 15th position after starting at the rear of the field.
Mark Whitley side by side with Christopher Hodges. Hodges is going to fall back to 13th now. The pass is completed for Whitley.
What are you running?
38 laps in out of 160.
24.2.
Oh, I thought it was 24.
And it's going to feel like an eternity.
Well, that
These
might be a
tires,
leader.
this concrete surface, very abrasive.
I'm running
The
24.2
only
out
thing
last
that
ride.
might be some driver saving grace is that it is a late start time. It's like 5 p.m. zip time, so the track time could be much worse if it was earlier in the
Front's
day.
kicking in now, boys.
Thanking whoever made the session for that. But either way, Dover chews up the tires like you said. Regardless, we're going to see a bunch of tire wear, and we're probably going to be inching closer to 2 pit stops even
fudge,
still
I messed up.
than
Got out of rhythm.
1, excuse me. I don't know if these drivers
Come on,
can
Banks.
make it to halfway in this stint to make it a 1-stop.
And,
But the pace
early on
maybe
stages
getting
get the best of
slower
me.
during the
Thinking I
run.
can catch 'em.
You'll see drivers make it work. It could be the actual strategy. We just gotta wait and see as Ferrata leads. Joshua Banks has backed off a little bit. AJ Shabato's closing in as looks like some lap traffic ahead. That I believe was the 30 of Jeremy Miller's 6 laps down.
We saw that lead go down to the 0.3 of a second, and the 35 started to struggle.
Yep,
on
this is
handling
why I
here.
suck. All right.
But Stravado right there to pick up the slack, right on the back bumper now. Battle brewing for the top 3. 2nd position up for grabs. Quick pass there by Ferrata to get around the 30 machine, and now it's going to be navigating for 2nd and 3rd.
That 30 struggling on top end speed, well off the pace because of damage from that lap 1 crash. But Shimano's all over the rear bumper of Banks, and you know he's not going to give the 35 that much room on the racetrack. He knows how aggressive Joshua Banks gets with him. He'll give him the same treat in the back. He's going to wind up the outside line, cut it low, diamond sort of lane out of turn number 4. And you can see it gets that big run out of the corner, and he gets to the inside of the Matco Tools Toyota Supra, but he hit the apron, kind of missed the corner entry there a little bit. Banks will hold on as this will allow Ferrata to close or get back away. It's now 0.6 of a second.
The spread here amongst the top 5, the 2nd and 3rd position, rather close to each other, as you just saw. But then you go back to Joseph McWhorter. He's just now getting around the 30 machine. So that is Jeremy Miller getting past, and then it's back to 5th spot Jeff Wright, Alex Bell. These are all separated by half a second or more. Then first really close battle on the racetrack outside of the top 5 is Seth Hatchell. He's trying to get by Johnny Rapp, and Christopher Hodges chasing right on his tail.
Got this battle with the 57, excuse me, the 52 just up ahead. Rapp trying to hold on. He's kind of sat where he started, 15th to 12th for the time being, and Seth Hatchell, like we talked about, has come through the field. Not as fast as a 77 to Whitley, but pretty good pace at this point for the driver of the number 8 B-Speed Camaro. Dives to the inside of Rapp. He'll make that pass. Battling behind, I believe, is Taylor Butcher, Benjamin, and Ryan Carlisle for the 15th position, just out of frame. So kind of tapped the wall, but he keeps it straight. He'll lose the position to Carlisle, and he will lose another to Brian Chambliss for 16th position. But there's battling all around the track right now. I'm even seeing a battle for 32nd place that is pretty big. Bobby Patrica has got 31st position at this point, but Justin Ritchie still on old tires, still falling back. Just ahead of Therrell Keld, Chambliss, or not Chambliss, Chuck Sweeting, and Derek Harrison.
Well, we got a foot cam for you. How about that?
No point in either one of us burning our
What
shit
site
up.
is this? Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is tonight. This is on the
Sorry, Rick, I was not trying to pinch you there. My
You
car
know
is
what
just
site it
going
is. This is the
everywhere right now.
YouTube B-Speed. You don't have to pay for this.
No, you don't. This is a good look at how much work goes into a track like Dover. You're not going to be shifting like at a road course. That's where a lot more work gets done, but you still got to have so much throttle control at a track like Dover to keep the wheels on and keep the tire wear low at any point. And also you got to nail those shifts if you're using a manual clutch. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of that over the season, I would think, from the 12 of Therrell Keld.
And he's locked in and focused here. We're not going to break that focus. We're going to continue to let him do his thing, because we have completed 49 laps.
Yeah, same.
Ninth and Ferrari are going to come around and complete that and take lap number 50.
Not get that.
Now I got to ask, green flag pit stops. They're starting to become a
Because
thing.
the Raver's so burned
When do you
cooked.
come down pit road?
Boy, I wouldn't want to do anything early because you almost always never get through a set of green flag pit stops at a track like Dover. It might be the hardest pit entry in the series.
I'm trying to let you by, AJ. You're not taking it.
Out of any racetracks, really. It is such a hard pit entry. You got to slow down before the entry to turn number 3. You got to get to the flat part of the racetrack where your car will likely get sideways, and you got a bunch of barrels to contend with, and you got to get all the way down to 35 miles an hour. It's one of the slowest pit speeds in NASCAR's series.
Leader's about to
That's
spin
kinda
out.
what-
I'm about to
what
spin
makes
out.
it even
Oh,
more
Lord.
difficult. So I would
I'm
trust
going
the
to
field
spin
as
out.
long as it can go, because I don't trust everyone to not hit those barrels and potentially cause a caution. Brewer and Stefan Davis just doored the heck out of each other into turn number 1.
That was heavy contact out of turn 4. Davis is going to get the position, and here comes Dakota Floyd right beside him. Brewer just got a door check, and now as they come out of 3 and 4 again, will he get another one?
I don't know if he will, but one thing I'm kind of surprised to see at this point, whoa, Stefan Davis is loose. A lot of left traffic the leaders are contending with. Canadian Ferrara just got by most of it. Banks and Stravato get through it. Jeff Wright will now have to get through it, but a lot more left traffic than what we're used to seeing.
Yeah, there's a bumper on the front stretch.
Up to the
Debris.
39th place car. I think a
Caution.
bumper just fell off the 66 of that Maverick.
Oh my God!
I
It's
saw a
just
bumper
stuff in it.
flying down to turn 1 apron,
Scene one.
but there will be no debris cautions. That's not what we do here, as Jordan Trask is the last driver to lead the lap. I think Christian Angels had a crash. He's the one who has no front bumper, destroyed the front end of that 76.
I was seeing some things flash on and off, but the 66 is what you said there. And
76, sorry.
36?
76.
Yeah, 6.
Still there.
He's off the screen here. Christian Angels lost connection.
I think he might have just parked it. He had a lot of front end damage. Now he's on pit road watching all the cars go by.
Damn close for like 2 laps away.
Stay low. Stay low.
Well, a shout out to my wife for
Why?
letting
Okay.
me do what I do. I don't think I've ever thanked her on the broadcast before. She's supposedly watching this broadcast right now. I gotta throw
I need
that
more
out
front brake.
as AJ Servato makes a pass for the
And I can't get no more front
position.
brake.
Jeff Wright gonna get by as well on the 35. This is up to 3rd for the 48. Almost contact out of 4.
He's currently
Banks
11.
did not want to give up that position, but I think his tires are kind of fading here. He drove hard to stay with the 07 of Ferrata, but now the 07's coming back to them, so he kind of overdrove himself for no reason. Now Stravato's in the captain seat with the long run pace to maybe get this lead away from the 07 for the first time on track.
So you asked the
Another
question
wreck.
earlier, is
No
Ferrata
caution.
driving it too
Bumper
hard?
on the front
and
stretch
it
and the
appears
track.
long run speed not there for the 07. And washing up the track, he's going to play defense through 1 and 2.
He's trying to play defense. We had another crash. 19 of Michael Muncy, 37 of Jeff Allen had a crash. out of 4, and they kept it going, but somehow, I don't know how that wasn't a yellow. It looked like a big crash, but the battle for the lead's still ongoing, and Ferrata is trying desperately to hold on to it because he probably assumes a caution might be coming out at some point, as Jeff Allen almost came back up in front of
Because he probably lost it, but iRacing wants to put it back for some dumb reason.
Number 2. You can see all sorts of traffic up ahead for the top 4.
Come back here. Let me put your bumper back on.
This is an intense battle from first all the way back to fourth. Joshua Banks. There's a sideways movement there by Bravado that loses him a position. And then you have the 5 of McFadden. And we're almost through line.
Way loses the
AJ just wrecked the lap car. AJ just wrecked the lap car.
Jeff Wright, former series champion, jumping
Watched
in
for
Ferrata on the pits, and he will restart in the lead through the Geico restart zone. And the green flag is back out. Jeff Wright away with the lead. Ferrata kind of spun the tires. Joshua Banks is going to get the second. Ferrata will try to follow
there
it
goes
through
AJ
as
again.
Bell gets a huge block thrown at him from Joseph McWhorter in the turn number 1.
Joseph, you're lucky.
Had to check up there on that restart. Had a good run going into turn 1. Car in the wall in the background.
Jack Klinger in the wall, but it seems like it didn't do too much damage. Him and Case Lakatos will go side by side. Ryan Carwile trying to follow the
Sort of lead a lap, Jeff.
for about the 10th position or so, as McWhorter and Ferrata almost trade places, but Ferrata's started to get losing some track position. He's starting to lose track position, I should say. He's back in the 4th. Furthest back he's been all race long. Almost had a challenge from the 73 Series champion McWhorter.
Thank you.
Car in the wall back there. That was the 52 of Johnny Rapp. He's going to get another poke there from the 09 of Jack Klinger. Eric Hunt just behind this as we go into 1 and 2.
A lot of blinking from a lot of drivers. I'm starting to think it's a server issue, not specific driver issues. Rapp just pounded the wall pretty hard that time, but still kept in the gas in 12th position.
Just sort of pass.
Frenzy, somewhat single file,
Even
but
new
still
tires.
frantic. Butcher Benjamin in one of those battles there, right in front. Boston Belkey, Dakota Floyd, and Christopher Hodges. As you can see how hard Hodges is trying to work the wheel, trying to get to the bumper of the 10, and he almost did hit the bumper of the 10 out of turn number 2.
It looks like somebody already did.
Gosh,
On the
AJ,
left side
there's
of
a
that
hole
thing.
barely there, and you're going to
Pretty
fish it.
dinged up, but won't hurt too badly as long as it's not the entire rear bumper. Still single file, almost saying that. There he goes out of line.
There and make sure he's got a big dog.
14th position, almost contact.
He wants
with
ketchup
Taylor
with it too on his big
Benjamin
dog,
there.
apparently.
Jeremy Miller just hit the pit barrels.
Just blew an engine in the middle of green 4.
Oh, I see the smoke.
But we stay green because he's on the track.
I almost wrecked.
I looked in my mirror. I was wondering what the front of your car looked like.
That thing's done.
Hopped engine?
Yeah, I think that one's done.
Yep.
After set.
Oh, it blew up before we even hit the barrels, huh?
Yeah.
Really.
You can't
He did have
Dang
a
it.
crash.
Doesn't really matter.
Out. We have a crash somewhere on track.
Not anymore, so I will.
Wow, let's get this restarted. Jeff Wright got the lead away on pit road. He kept it. We're not even halfway yet, but we're inching up to the halfway point. Geico restart zone. Green flag back out. 48 to the front. 35 to second.
Ray
2
always
by 2
fucking
throughout
sucks
the
at
field.
restarts. God damn it, Ray.
Yes, he does.
Jesus. That's why I put you 6 wide at Vegas last year.
Jeff Wright took over the lead for the first time today off of pit road. Hasn't looked back since.
I'm raising door
He's
to
got
door,
some guys
baby.
back there like Anathan Ferrata that could very easily do the short run and get back up there.
It's so hard to make passes. You wonder if he'll be able to make these passes because dirty air's still a problem, especially with the cornering speeds as high as they are. It might be really tough to get that lost track position back, as now he's back to 5th. Just McWhorter, reigning series champion, got by him to move up a spot inside the top 5. And Mark Whitley started at the back, up to 6th, not too far behind the 07s. Alex Bell's trying to recover from 4 pit stops. Ray Massey is trying to work around his outside.
Ray Massey held up there on the high line, the 15 with the fresher tires. Going to work by the 23, just behind that
Didn't do
case
that
of
high entry,
Lakatos
but
into
okay.
the top 10. First time today that we've mentioned his name after starting at 16. He's going to work on the back end of the 23 for 9th.
and he slowly but surely made his way through the field very methodically in typical Case Licata's fashion. Not really surprising to see, to be honest, inside the top 10 and kind of in his own world because he's got Massey right in front of him, but a big gap to the 71 of Ryan Carlisle, who was about half a second slower last time by, as he was in a battle with Chad Klinger, as this is a stack-up 11th on back right now with a bunch of cars involved in this one. Butcher Benjamin's there, Belky, Shoemaker, Chuck Sweeting's back there up in the 21st position as well.
All right.
Into the wall there briefly for Hodges, and that's going to allow...
straightaway hard into the inside wall. I think it was Philip Brewer, but he kept it straight, so it must not have been as big of a hit as I thought, so he kept it straight down there.
Oh, the crossover, the fade, the elevator.
Or was it C? Was able to keep going. I'm starting to see Jordan Trash drop down the order. It could have been the 42.
Not even just my car, everybody else is just fucking
What happens here is no change for the lead.
There's a fucking
Just about to cross halfway.
there's loose on entry again.
This incident. Ooh. Oh, Threlkeld in the wall. Trash tried to avoid it, and that was the big hit I saw. It was not Philip Brewer. It was Jordan Trask in the DuPont 42.
He is coming to pit road here after bouncing the wall coming across the nose of the 44.
God bless America. I get
That's
loose on
enough to
entry
maybe end
once
your
and
night
just
with a
fall
big
off
hit
the
to the
fucking
inside wall
cliff.
like that. As we cross halfway, it's Jeff Wright in a familiar spot leading the race.
Well, this is the perfect opportunity if you're still watching in that newly, freshly built living area, and your name is Brianna Cooper. You should find that remote control. Turn that volume up, because this is where we get loud here on V-Speed. Hear the sights and sounds from Dover Speedway.
Here.
Single car spin, can't control it on exit. No, the other way around. Right. But it's 42.
Yeah.
Well, it was Get Loud presented by 29 Graphics. And we've got some racing going on side by side for the fourth position. Mark Whitley to the inside of McWhorter in the 07 trying to follow suit.
McWhorter almost stayed on the right rear of his teammate, but just couldn't stay there, so he's going to go back to the fifth position as Mark Whitley's on a charge tonight as the 42 comes back to pit lane. Joshua Banks has been close to the 48, but not able to really make a move, but Seth Hatchell's going to make a move. And Nathan Ferrata continuing to fall a little bit here. This is for the 6th position. You would fall back to 7th, as these four are kind of on their own. Then you got a train of 3 in behind with the 15 of Bell, Massey, and Lakatos. And a lot more single file action at this point in the race, still with a pit stop to go.
The 07 working really hard, but he hasn't been in dirty air yet today, and this is a different scenario here for Ferrata. You got to see the struggle now. When you're behind somebody, you can see all out of 2. He washed up the racetrack, and that allowed Seth Hatchell, your pole sitter, to get to the N7.
It just shows how important track position is, even with cars with not too much downforce as Ferrata almost got put in the outside wall by Hatchell there, going side by side. Incredibly tight racing. This shows how important the track position is.
Bye, Jeff.
Once he
it's been
lost
fun
it,
following
he
your
has
tail.
faded to a little further back inside the top 10, but this is a little further back outside the top 10. Dakota Floyd, Christopher Hodges for 15th position. That Camaro's going to outdo the Supra, the 57 back to spot. Christopher Hodges actually maintains 15th position.
Yeah.
Well, that right there goes to show this race is very undecided. If you've got Jeff right up front, the clean air, you give any one of these cars, that kind of proves, because I talked to Jeff just for 2 hours there in Iowa, and we talked post-race. He's not a fan of Dover. And so, not feeling confident coming into this race, I asked him if Adam Cabot was going to be here. He laughed and said no, he won't be there, but we talked about how he hasn't finished in the top 10 in both seasons here at SNR. So for him to be leading this race right now, I just wanted to throw that out there. It was a talking point.
Kind of tapped the wall there, so it's not fully under control even for the driver of the 48, because there was a slight tap to the right rear, at least around the wheel.
The track might have cooled off a little bit.
Provided any damage. Joshua Banks and AJ Travado, two drivers who are usually
God almighty, he's all over the place.
I think has had top 5, top 10 speed here, but he has not had any luck in the Dover races we've done here in the Gen 4 and in this car last season. So this is a very interesting spot he's in. Still a lot of strategy to outplay a lot of these drivers. Anything could happen. You could see some short pitting, but we could see some drivers try to stretch their fuel, try to catch a caution. Nowhere near over, but he's got to time pit stop right, and you got to get into pit road cleanly before any of that even matters.
Few simultaneous battles. The first one here that we're looking at is the 07 of Ferrata falls back a couple more positions. Alex Bell gets by. Now the 23 of Ray Massey trying his luck to get by for the 8th position. He'll go to the inside in 1 and 2. Looks like he's going to complete this pass.
I mean, he was behind.
Ferrata in this dirty air is not favoring this car.
All the way back into a 9th position and still kind of fading a little bit. Getting as close to the rear bumper of Ray Massey as he can without tapping the 23, but you can see just no corner exit speed at this point. Gonna have to pull some sort of strategy out to get that track position back. I would think the speed just not there anymore. He is now jogged 4 seconds off the race lead. Caution is out. Another crash, maybe out of 4, and it is Philip Brewer in the 44. It's another driver out
only
of
one
this
set of
race.
tires to use.
Another popped engine there for the 44.
Banks at the bottom, right to the top with Whitley and Stravato in behind on the front 2 rows. Into the Geico restart zone once again. Back out green again. And another great jump for the 48 of Jeff Wright.
Oh, I missed the fucking gear.
That was an excellent jump there for the 48, but that's going to set up a lot behind him. Not a good start for Alex Bell, and we were talking about earlier how he had troubles on pit lane. He's having troubles on these restarts as well.
That could be where he's losing even more positions up the track, big time, trying to get a run off the corner maybe, and it actually will work a little bit. He'll get 5th back from Seth Hatchell. Butcher Benjamin in the wall a little further back, but kept it straight as single file out to about the top 8 or so. It's like Justin Ritchie. Oh, we got a crash. Chuck Sweeting, Justin Ritchie, Shoemaker out of turn number 2. Stephen Davis spins out.
Set for this restart.
Appreciate you guys.
As quickly as we cut away from him, we cut to the Geico restart zone. Right and Banks on the front row again. The 48, not as good of a jump this time. Banks trying to hang on the left rear, and he's going to be there into turn number 1 just barely.
Side by side into turn 1.
Of course.
Put Bobby Patrick on the spot, but Jeff Wright's put on the spot here with the 35 and a pass for the lead.
Come on! It almost contact. Banks drove it really hard on the exit of turn number 2. What a restart. He gets the lead away from the 48. Big move with under 60 to go.
Muscled that one.
Banks to the point.
Good job. Oh, 07 on.
Oh, we still have our driver cam up there, so we're going to go ahead and flip over to Joshua Banks.
He's trying to fuck it up.
What a move there to get by. But you got to see what those restarts are like. It's just, it's a traffic jam.
It's so hard to time it right and get the run at Dover. They're 3 wide in the background. That's not going to work. Dakota Floyd is around in front of the field. Derek Garrison, McWhorter's in it, Radford's in it, Threlkeld, another pile up, and Stephen Davis, Caleb Weekly, at least half a dozen.
All right, I'll do my best.
Because we're seeing that restart zone a lot tonight.
Okay.
Just about 48
3,
laps to go.
2,
Banks on
1,
the top, the
go.
race leader.
Green
Right
flag,
on the
we're
bottom has
racing.
been dominant. Green
Holy
flag back
shit,
out,
watch.
and it's a good jump for the 35
Nice
of
pass, 2
Banks.
cars on the start off of that. Alright, 1 car. Willie passing back.
Stravado, Bell side by side there briefly.
Holy
into
shit,
the
AJ.
wall for Stravado.
And he got a squeeze from Mark Whitley just a little bit. Kind of
AJ,
ran
my
himself
brother
out of
just
route
walked.
though. And Bell's going to get that 5th position away. Seth Hatchell trying to move up through the field as well. Single file through the top 7. There's a smoker at a turn 4. That's Brandon Wallace's car actually smoking on pit road, so no incident there as Banks is pulling away with the race lead by 3.5 tenths.
They're cutting a few cars that are outside of this top 10, trying to work their way back up. I want to get a good shot of this car. I like this paint scheme.
Always
Look at
looks
the 51.
nice.
Oh,
Like
I'm
that
sorry.
paint scheme.
Sorry.
Oh.
You might have been talking about the Canes. That's a good looking one too.
Oh, that one's good too, but I think the 51's solid. They're both good paint schemes. I remember when Eric Hutton's allegiance was still towards Chick-fil-A, but he switched over in recent seasons to the Racing
he
Canes
left.
Mobile in the Hall.
He left the Chick-fil-A.
That's right. He left the Chick-fil-A. Now
It's
he's
God's
Racing
chicken.
Canes.
How can you leave that?
Nice.
I don't know. He just had to as he almost got to the 51. Well, really, the 51 almost got to the 88. Chopped the nose of the Racing Canes bird as he's going to move up into the 11th position. He looks for 10th on Ryan Carwile.
Trying to get a top 10 here for Christopher Hodges and dives back into the groove and gonna get a big run here on the 71.
Gonna try to wind it up outside to inside diamond move, and he got a good run off the corner to get back to the inside, but so hard to make this move on the bottom without washing up into the driver on the outside. But he got a good run through the center of the corner, but Carwile with the higher line is gonna be able to get the run off. And he's got to set back into 11th, but here comes the 88 trying to fill that hole on the top side. Couldn't quite do it. Hodges stays in 11th, trying to work over to 71. As looks like Alex Bell stays in 4th, but AJ Stravado did have a look at for a moment there. It looks like Chuck Sweeting is going to get 18th from Caleb Weekly a little further back. Look at this run.
Did you say Chuck Sweeting?
He's still alive. He's 18th. He's looking good for now. Let's hold our breath. But he is still running out here, and he did find the front end.
Wow. That's impressive that that car's even running.
Bobby, if you've got time, make a move whenever you want, man. I got something up with the rear end.
Yeah, the Butcher Benjamin in 15th position, just in front there of Austin Belkey, the winner in Iowa. Belkey falls back to 16th spot, but he's still up 12 positions. A lot of big gainers in this race. Eddie Trejo.
Very good at
There's a name we haven't said too much tonight. He's up 24 spots, biggest gainer of the race so far.
And at least, let's not knock on wood, I do have a little wood on my desk. He does have a decently clean race car at this point in the 17th position, so still trying to get what he can at this point in the race, just behind the 75 of Sweeting. That stack up for 10th is still pretty volatile. Ryan Carwile. Christopher Hodges is trying to work the 71 over, but he keeps going to be inside. Carwile keeps re-clearing him, and it's just the same cycle over and over. And you can throw Joe Schmidt-Warder back into this thing as well, as he is going to blink out at a pretty bad time. Here comes the 88 to the outside.
That might be the worst moment for a blink. And now he's side by side for the 12th position. Hutton's going to get by.
He's going to go down a few positions. That's a tough thing. If you don't make that pass on the bottom, you're going to go backwards. If we got people in line trying to line you up, that's exactly what happened there. Alex Bell lost 4th back to AJ Stravado just up ahead of this battle. Bell getting challenged by Seth Hatchell for that top 5 position. At the same time, really tight on the door of Seth Hatchell. They come together almost 3 wide. Ferrata looking for a lane through, but can't find a way by.
9th and Ferrata.
After the lead, here comes Jeff Wright for the lead. Dove down to the inside of Joshua Banks. Such a hard pass to make. Coming to 36 laps to go. Next time by, that outside line prevails and Banks keeps the spot. And look at the guy who started at the back of the field. Mark Whitley up to 3rd, possibly closing in on both of these guys.
I was just going to say, Ferrata has not recovered since he lost this lead. He's fallen out of the top 3 and the top 5, really.
Stop it.
Dirty Air has not been kind to that 07 at all. So the practice and the strategy looks like it didn't equate for being in traffic throughout this race.
Looks like he at least got some positions on the restart. We saw him fall back to as far as 9th. He is back up to 7th, but if this race possibly goes close to green to the end, we'll see what those tires are looking like by the end. As Hatchell trying to close in on the 15 of Bell for a top 5 starting position. Still trying to catch up to Mark Whitley, who started pretty much with him on this same EOL. I wouldn't call it a strategy, but it was an EOL for both of them regardless. And you can see just how high the pace is. Not a lot of off-throttle time here. You are getting on the brakes, but the corner speeds are so high. You're hitting almost 170 into the corners, but you're still down to only 135 in the corners. It's not much variance. It makes for a really fast track at this point in the race.
In the world did you do that?
He drove
at
down
this
to
point in
apron,
the race.
1 to 1, hit the fucking cone.
And then low.
Banks has actually pulled away a little bit here, and I don't know if that's Jeff Wright doing what he does with the tires. He's a little loose there coming off of turn 2, or maybe the 48 and that Dirty Air has lost the ground and he's going to fall out of the top 5. He's slowly getting reeled in by Mark Whitley.
It could be a number of things we could be seeing. We could be seeing Jeff Wright trying to cool his tires. He knew Joshua Banks was going to push hard if he showed him a nose, so maybe he's letting Banks wear stuff off and he's conserving. But it could also be where the 48 had one push on him. He had one chance to get by Joshua Banks, couldn't make it happen. And like you said, the tires could be wearing at this point. I think it's one of 2 options. You can see the rear end kicking out off of the corner. It's now a 6/10 of a second gap to the 35. And I think that 77 is faster at this point. Had some contact with Ferrata and Hatchell, by the way, into turn number 1. Oh, they just hit again down the back straightaway. The 07 and the 8.
Dang, Seth cussing like that? That's new.
6 is going sour really quickly.
Oh, he's battling with the old side.
They're going to hit again.
Yeah.
Oh, he just
Big contact, and Hatchell's not happy. And here comes Ray Massey.
Just get this thing over with.
More contact. That's the poop. He wrecks him. Overcorrects into Seth Hatchell. Throttles up back
What are we
into
doing,
him.
guys? I heard the whole commentary
Both
for
of
what
those
just happened.
drivers are in it in Dodge 10 years ago. But we don't have to talk about that. Joshua Banks on the outside, Jeff Wright on the inside, the 2 dominant drivers in the second half of this race. Green flags back out. A great jump for Banks, and Stravato from 4th position is going to have a shot at 2nd. Stravato washed up, couldn't hold it. He's going to lose 3rd, maybe no. Whitley got way sideways off the corner, and the battle will be for 3rd as Jeff Wright is able to maintain that 2nd position as the sun pops back out in turns number 3 and 4.
2x2 from 3rd on back to about the 10th position. There is Ray Massey on the outside of Alex Bell, and hard into the wall by Stravato.
He got right behind Whitley. I don't think there was contact, but it didn't seem like he was appreciative of how he was raced possibly, but it looked to be just a mistake by the 33, and that did big damage. Bell's going to be a loser out of that battle. Ray Massey is going to dive to the inside for a 4th big dive, almost to the side of AJ Stravato.
These pinches in the corner. Oh, the 50.
Turned by, I couldn't tell who it was, but somehow everyone avoids it. Another caution means another restart. We've had plenty of those tonight. The restart comes with 18 laps to go. Joshua Banks got the lead from Jeff Wright on a restart from the bottom. Wright will have to do the same to win this race with AJ Stravato and Mark Whitley lurking into the restart box once again. The 35's away. We're green once again, and Banks gets away with the lead once again as Jeff Wright tries to hold on. Stravato gets to the right rear end in turn number 1, but can't hold it. 48 the 2nd. Whitley trying to follow through back to 3rd, and he will.
A lot of cars getting up to the outside wall, and there's Massey to the inside of the 33 Stravato. Side-by-side battle for 4th. Ray Massey's going to come out on top. Here comes Alex Bell, the next one in line.
That right front damage that Travato got from hitting the outside wall at a 2 last restart really looking to hurt him as everyone's pinning the bottom line where he's stuck on the top line. This is for 5th position. Dell trying to get into the top 5 after starting outside front row. Got the run through the center of the corner, but can't hold it as well. Travato holds out on the outside line.
I've got no fight with you.
Less than 15 to go. It's a lot of side-by-side here.
Jesus.
I don't know if Bell can complete this pass. He's been working on it for 2 laps now.
The problem is if he doesn't complete it, here comes Joseph McWard or here comes Ryan Carwile. Eric Hutton, saying that Hutton goes to the inside of Carwile for position at the same time, so 2 battles in the same frame. You can tell, I think Alex Bell is a touch faster as that's going to complete the pass right there. Travato into the outside wall again, and now he's in a fight with McWhorter for what is now 6th position.
Needed that.
Joshua Banks is pulled out about 0.2 of a second here. Jeff Wright lurking and
top 3. Their times were within 3/1000ths of a second of each other, the top 3.
yes.
You can throw in Ray Massey a few hundreds off, but right
Do we have a
there, hitting
spotter?
the wall, trying to get these top 4. That time
Why do I
Banks
keep
little
hearing a
faster.
freaking spotter?
The clean air when the track is this
Not
cool
mine.
and there's
Somebody
so
else.
much
Why is
rim
she on all
when
teams?
you're
Okay,
so
we're
much
muting that.
faster
All right.
than the It makes passes that much more difficult.
Keep hearing a
It makes
racer.
the 48's job that much harder.
All right, we're good.
Well, then you got these guys in 5th on back that are racing side by side, actually 6th on back. Hey, Travato with that outside damage, just, it's killing that car.
And it's killing this line because McWhorter can't complete the pass, and he's sideways off the corner, and he held on to it. Here comes Carwile giving the 73 a shot. He not only saved that car, but he's almost still going to make this pass. So close to clearing the 33, but can't quite do it for the 6th position.
Well, I'm making moves.
And that 71's going to loosen him up even more entering the corner with the front nose on the spoiler, taking air off, and it's going to hurt that 73 even more as he is desperately trying to get this pass done. Come to 10 laps to go this time by as Wright starts to fade off the rear bumper of Joshua Banks a little bit. 2x2 for 6th.
Well, I'm just going to keep working the cameras. 10 to go.
And it is frantic for this spot. Travato's just fighting for everything he can. He knows if one person passes him, here comes a whole lot more. He's doing such a great job to pinch the 73 down. McWhorter just doesn't have the rear grip to do it. Now here comes Carwile giving a shot to the 33 of Travato. 8 laps of racing to go, 9 to go. Let's not give us an extra or minimum lap there as Carwile is on the bumper. Travato contact. McWhorter sideways to the bottom, kept it straight again, but he's getting roughed up and pinned to the bottom line by this 33. More contact. Carwile over the rear bumper. Here comes Hutton. 5 cars under a blanket for the 6th position. This is all happening 2.3 seconds behind Alex Bell, who's pulled away from this fight after he cleared Travato. More contact there, more door banging. Coming this time by to 7 laps of racing to go.
You got to be sweating at this point. One wrong move.
Oh shit, we're good.
And it's
Better
over.
be.
Oh yeah, this miscues here.
Hold it.
They go back in a hurry, and there's
Okay.
a lot of cars behind us.
And this is the battle right now. Joshua Banks,
Tight
8/10 of a second lead, pulling away from the 40. Oh, Travato gets turned into turn number 3.
You got
McWhorter
to.
clear all in the outside
be
wall.
kidding me.
Caution is out.
We
We're going to
needed
get
it
a
to go
late race
green.
restart. And this is not a green-white checkered, by the way. This is a natural attempt in regulation, so not taking up an attempt, but either way, 2-lap, 2-mile shootout at the Monster Mile. Does Miles have any more chaos on the ticket into the restart zone?
3,
Back to
2,
the leader on the
1,
top,
go.
right on the bottom, trying to get the jump. Green flags back out, and perhaps the best jump all night for the 35.
Almost
as he
missed the
gets
shift.
away.
And that jump there on the inside, it actually created a check up there. And Bell thought he could take advantage of it. Ray Massey, he could get a podium finish
on,
out
baby,
of this.
come on, baby, come
3
on.
wide behind him.
And they're side by side for second, and that will be all Joshua Banks needs, except the white flag. He needs to get to the white flag to know this one's official out of 4. Here he comes. He's going to get it. White flag one more time around the Monster Mile. Someone into the inside wall almost. They saved it. Delky goes 3 wide, but it's Joshua Banks ahead of the pack through turn 2. Jeff Wright the second, Whitley and Massey side by side for third.
Come on, one more set of corners. Come on, old son. Come on. Bullied it to the win or to the lead. Led the race. Let's go get ourselves a W on the first Dover race.
Good job, dude.
Let's freaking go.
Back in the state, Alex.
That felt good.
That was fun, right?
Oh, that felt good.
That was fun, race. One Banks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, fellas.
Good race, Bryce. That was fun.
Let's freaking go, man.
Good win, Banksy.
Ooh, we needed that. Thank you, fellas. Good race, boys.
I'll come up there and congratulate you.
Good win, Josh.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
Sorry, I was going to do a burnout down the straight, so.
Okay. Well, good job. You know how it is.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, good job, Banksy.
Thank you, sir.
Hell of a battle case, Chief. That one.
Well, this is a terrible.
I thought we were wrecking a couple
Almost
times.
forgot how to do a burnout down the straight.
Ray, I hope you're proud of me, but I didn't take it.
Yeah, I had a rocket ship, dude. That was
I can't do burnout.
High side, low side, everywhere side. You guys made a good
Oh, we're gonna do this right. All right, hold on.
Sorry for the business going to pit road, man. I saw a 51 stop in front of me on the left and tried to get over, and I didn't have enough for it.
It's like I forgot how to do burnouts.
That was a fun fucking race. Even though I spun it in the worst time I could have done it.
Thank you, Dante.
Yes, sir, that's a good job.
Wow, man, that's honestly, I'm surprised we had the base to do that. There we go. There she goes.
Everything's here at Darlington. Son of a bitch.
She blew. We did the right burnout this time, boys.